Hello everybody, welcome to another wilderness adventure. There's lots of brush out here in the Mayaka area. I'm out for another hike and hopefully we'll see some good stuff, something cool and interesting, and hopefully I won't get carried away by mosquitoes. So come on and join me for another wilderness adventure. You know, I don't know if I don't think you can see it on camera, but there's about 7,000 mosquitoes following me right now. It seems like as long as you keep moving, they will stay away from you, but as soon as you stop, they catch up with you and then they just surround you and try to literally lift you up off the ground. Can you hear those birds tweeting? It's unusual to me how I can be, 20, 30 miles out in the wilderness, and at my house I hear more birds than I do out here. I don't know what that is. You just don't hear birds making much noise at all, except for crows. Yeah, I was talking earlier about the little ferns that grow on these trees. Really beautiful. For some reason when you take photographs of this stuff, it comes out really pretty because the light tends to light the edge of that bush. Kind of comes out a really nice detail. You've also got some, I don't know if this stuff's called lichen. It's like little fuzzy grass that grows. It's like a little carpet-like soft green material that grows on the side. Getting a little bit soggy, you can see some of the water on the trail today. Fortunately, there's enough dry land on the sides over here that you can get past that. Like I said, sometimes there is like big ponds that it's so big that you just can't walk around it and you have to just turn around and go back. I was wondering if you guys ever heard of the Florida swamp ape. If you're from Florida, the chances are you may have heard of that. There was a story back, I don't know if it was like 15, 20 years ago, where a lady spotted a swamp ape, which is a small Bigfoot. That's what they call the Bigfoot around here, the swamp ape. And she took 2 pictures of the swamp ape. And what it looks like somewhat is, when you initially look at it, to me, it looks like kind of like an orangutan with big fangs. It's kind of somewhat behind a bush. And the lady supposedly wrote a letter to the animal control, and she was convinced that I think it was a chimpanzee or something. The lady sent a letter in, and there's a YouTube video. There's probably a lot of YouTube videos about it. It's become like kind of a big legend thing. But the pictures are pretty clear because she used a flash. It was at night. And she said she thinks there's a monkey loose, and could you please take care of it? And I've seen a picture of the letter, and it says it's signed anonymous. I don't know if that's the real letter, if somebody's hoaxing that, but I've heard that many stories in many videos about the skunk ape. There's people who are dedicated skunk ape hunters, I guess you could say. There's people that in the Everglades that have, like a business where they show you, evidence and well, not pictures, but, evidence of what they have. And they have skunk ape museums down south, like way down toward Naples. And it's a real interesting phenomenon. And people have claimed in this park, Mayaka Park, that they've seen evidence of skunk ape. I've seen some videos yesterday about some guys that saw footprints that were allegedly of the skunk ape. And I don't know. I don't find it definitive evidence. They're pointing at the ground. They're pointing at some marks. It's kind of like this. They were kind of like pointing at some grassy areas, saying, like this, you can see the heel You can see the toes up there. I mean, that could be anything. It's just a depression in the ground, you know. But a lot of people, I don't know if they're trying to like profit from the skunk ape thing or whatever it is, you know. But apparently some of the differences from the skunk ape to the Bigfoot is that it has light fur around its eyes. Maybe kind of like a monkey, where the skin is a little bit lighter. I don't know, it's pretty interesting, but it just makes me wonder. I thought I saw a skunk ape print there. Makes me wonder about that stuff, and if I ever encountered a creature out here, what would I do? Like, you know, hopefully I would have my camera on, number one. Number two, hopefully I would have it inclined that I would get some good pictures, but I don't know, it always makes you wonder why people can't get really, really clear pictures of a Bigfoot. You know, that stuff started back probably in the 50s or something, and Native Americans have talked about skunk apes, or not skunk ape, but Bigfoot, for probably, you know, hundreds of years. And it just makes you wonder about what kind of stuff that is. If there was a skunk ape, well, from the things that I read, if there was a skunk ape out there, I wouldn't be able to see him because he would be hiding. Because I don't think the skunk ape or the Bigfoot just like runs out in the middle of the trail. But if I see one, I'll let you know. Definitely take a picture. Yeah, so how I mentioned that we've had a lot of rainfall. In the summers we get a lot of, sometimes we get rain every day. In like May and June, and the water levels here at Mayaca Park from the lake get really high, and sometimes it brings out the animals. I've been out here where it's been extremely flooded, where you could just barely drive down the road, and the water levels were right up to the edge of the road, and there was deer everywhere, there was birds, there was all kinds of animals out because of the rain. It drove them out of where they normally are, because it's so flooded, out into where the main roads were, where they had to come out and feed on grass because it was just too flooded everywhere. But for some reason now I just have not seen a lot of animals because of the rain. Once again, it's just sort of the opposite effect. Alright, so I'm out on one of these wilderness trails. I think it's called the Fox Trail. Wow, there's a lot of mosquitoes that just found me just now. You're not going to believe what I just saw. Can you see what that is right there? What in the fruitcake is that? I know it's a BB-8, but like, what in the world? Official geocache. That is so weird. I just randomly found this. So if you don't know what geocaching is, it is a thing where you use your GPS, and I guess they give you coordinates and you have to look for it. This is like so freaky, because like how I found this was totally by accident. I was going to come out here and film something off the main trail. That's so weird. You can sort of see that there's a foot trail through here in a way. That's the reason I came back here, because it was a little less treacherous coming back here. But it's right behind this tree, so if you were off on the trail, you know, and I walked right by it, you wouldn't see that if you were coming from this direction. But that's so freaky. Like I came out here and I was getting ready to use the toilet. I'm walking over here and I'm looking like for a good area to film in. I turn around. That is so freaky, isn't it? Like a BB-8. Yeah, so on the geocaching, I tried to do that like 10, 15 years ago. I didn't have any luck, but basically people were hiding stuff. This thing is like on a cable. Like a locked cable. So people won't be taking it. It sounds like it's made out of concrete. It's like a concrete ball that somebody made. Yeah, it's weird. Pretty cool though. I guess it has a head on there. So this is like a custom made thing. It's like a metal ball. It's really heavy too. I have no idea what this is made out of, to tell you the truth. It's so weird. Look at that. But it has, you can leave things in here. So let's see what's inside here. Being totally attacked by mosquitoes right now. There's like about 55 mosquitoes. Can you see them? Like right around my face. All right, so this little, it's this R2D2, or see it's hollow inside. Can you see that? Very heavy though. Made out of metal or something. It's pretty cool. Somebody must have hand painted this. It's so cool. But it has a bottle on the inside, and the bottle has a bunch of little trinkets, I guess you could say. Trinkets inside there. Let me see what that is. It's like little plastic, I don't know, slinkies and coins and bottle caps. And I guess you're supposed to leave something. I don't know. It's been a while since I did this, but they have a little logbook. Can you see the logbook? It says, people put their name, the date, 2017. Wonder when the last entry was. Aiden and Biley. Yeah, like I said, I tried to do this one time. What's the dates on here? So June 5th I see on there. Man, these mosquitoes are gonna carry me off. Anyway, let's see what's in this little thing. There's kind of like, yeah, like I said, a little slinky thing, and a necklace, and a travel bug. It's like a little, what the heck is this? Some kind of little dog tag like thing. A little purple snake. That's pretty cool. I found one once in a tree on this trail, I think it was. I guess people like to geocache in here. Man, these mosquitoes, I swear, are gonna murder me and leave me for dead. And there's like a pen in here too. Pen. That's pretty cool that I accidentally found that. But that's like one of the coolest geocaches. The other one I found was like in the hollow of a tree, like a big tree like this. And it had like a hollow space, and I just looked down, and there was, I think it was like some kind of can or something that they put it in. So look how neat they did this. It's like they nailed a lid of a water bottle to the inside of the BB-8. And then the BB-8 head attaches to the bottle. And then you take it and you put it back on top. Wow, mosquitoes are biting all your bodily organs. That's pretty cool. See, it's got like a little cable that has locked it down in there. That's one of the coolest things I've ever seen, man. Oh, I should have put his little face facing the other way. It's pretty cool. Oh. That's amazing, right? Just a little BB-8 in the middle of the woods. One thing I should tell you guys is really important. If you're a beginning hiker, make sure you drink plenty of water, you know, at the start of your trip. Don't wait till you get really thirsty. You need to constantly hydrate. Don't wait till you're thirsty, because by that time you may have gotten heat stroke or dehydration. You don't want that to happen. A little behind the scenes for you. If you're ever curious to how I get some of my static shots without a tripod, I've got a little cell phone on a selfie stick, and then I bought a bungee cord, and I just bungee corded it around the tree so it's sitting in the tree. That way I don't have to have the extra weight of a what do you call it, a tripod. So a little behind the scenes magic for you. That's how I get some of my cool shots, because it would be almost impossible to even set up a tripod with all these vines and everything. So when I first saw that BB-8 sitting there, I was focusing on getting my camera equipment out and getting through my backpack, and I just kind of turned behind me, and it was so weird that like right in the middle of the woods there's a little BB-8, and I had to think. It took me like 2-3 minutes to think, is this a joke? A good little tip that I do when I'm hiking is to mark where the trails that I've already been, I'll put like a branch leaning up against another tree like this. And so hopefully if nobody moves it, it reminds you that you've already went this way and you need to go back the same way. Kind of something I picked up over the years of hiking. Hey guys, that's going to do it for today's video. As you can see, I've lost about half my body weight in water, and it's getting time to head home before I completely turn into a potato crisp. Hope you had some fun finding BB-8 and you learned a little something too. And you didn't get bit by mosquitoes. We'll see you in the next video. Have a great one. Can you guys see that down there? Right down there. It looks like I don't know, some kind of creature. That dark spot. Can you see it right over here? I don't know what that is. Could it be a swamp ape? I can't tell. You go down there. I don't want to go down there. I'm afraid. Maybe I'll just hide over here until it goes away. I don't know. I can't tell how big it is from here. Maybe it'll just go away by itself if I just hide in the bushes over here. I'll just hide in the bushes over here. Is it gone yet?